So, hi everyone. Hi Elynne. How you doing today?
Wonderful. Good morning, everybody, from cold
Elynne.
Las Vegas.
We have Antony Reed here. Hi, Antony.
Hey, hi guys.
And we have Raluca. Hello, Raluca.
Hi
Good
everyone.
morning.
Hey, Raluca.
Ooh,
Good morning.
her volume's good. And me. Hi, I'm Rene. And
Mm.
today, let's see. Let me see what we have for announcements before we get started. And probably the easiest thing to do is have everyone go to our new page at the American School of Hypnosis.com/brand-new. Isn't that easy? And they'll see everything that's going on. And one of the things you'll see on there today, one of the most important things is interview with Antony Reeds. So Antony is going to be in the hot seat today.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to be
Yay.
speaking about how to make millions with MP3s. Dead silence. Ding! But how to make MP3s.
Go, Anthony.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
we're building up momentum with the universe, so that I'm sure that's going to happen at some point.
Other than that, let's see. We had that $1 for 14 days with the AIA, which ended yesterday, but it went really well. For those of you that are in the forum, if you notice that our forum has grown quite a bit in the last week. So if anyone's interested in being in a hypnosis and self-help forum, get on that same site. You can click on it. It's free, but we have a lot of fun over there. And let's see what else we got going on. Oh, and while you're there, this is for all of you guys too, we have a referral contest going on. And that ends October 5th. And basically it's referring people to come to the site. So the thing is, when you sign on, it'll say who referred you, put their name, and we count them down. And the prizes are, we're going to have 3 prizes that are each $50 each towards any of our scripts, script manuals, books, this kind of thing here. So you could either get a free book for $50 or less, or you can use it towards one of the more expensive ones if you like. But 3. There we go. And let's see.
Did you make that clear?
3.
What's that?
Are you sure it was clear? 1,
Let's
2.
do it in French, Spanish. And there's some other things, but go to the page and you'll see that. So, Antony,
Hey.
we're going to go ahead, instead of me asking you all kinds of questions first, I'm going to have you get started and telling basically what you do and how you do it. And for those people watching, because I know we had a lot of people that said they were interested in seeing this. Matter of fact, we got people here already.
You got
All kinds
people
of
on
people.
already?
Yeah. And I'm going to say hi to everybody in just a second. But so basically, Anthony, we can start out by talking about, what you do, how you do it. And we're
Sure.
also going to put the link after the video because we have a hard time doing it before because I have a hard time talking and typing at the same time. Hey, it's just my upbringing. So, but we're going to have his link down there to how they can, contact you, and also the link so they can see where you're selling these things so they can see how it's done and purchase some. Purchase some.
Yes.
Was that clear enough, Elynne? Purchase some.
I don't know, but I think I need to put you under to make it work better.
I should have got
I need to go on that link and purchase some.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wait.
Oh, very good.
Wait. Wow, that was really good.
It reminds me of the show we had a few weeks ago where I kept on telling you to give me your wallet. Remember that?
Yep.
Give me your wallet.
Where is that wallet, by the way?
I saw you. Well, let's see. We have
Okay.
Royce from Medford, Oregon. Hey, Royce, how you doing?
Hey, Royce.
And Elynne.
Good morning, Royce.
From Canada. Ooh, talk about being cold. Okay, it's cold up there in them woods. But Alandra's here. And my crazy American friend, Jerome Johnson. That's kind of like an inside joke. Every time we speak to each other, hello, my crazy American friend. So it's whoever gets on first is the one that says it to the other one, I guess. So we're both saying that. And let's see. And we got all kinds of communication between each other, which is confusing me who's who. So what we're going to do is get started. And Alandra says, no snow yet. We've had it. That's not fair. On the map, they're more north of us, but they're only like this far. So I guess that's not too north, right? Anyway, so
Depends on the map.
yeah. What we're going to do is go through it and write down your questions, and at the end, I'm going to give you a whole 5 seconds to type your questions, and we'll go ahead and grill Anthony. So, Anthony,
Sure, because I'm sure I'll miss 1 or 2 points here.
what's that?
So, I'm sure I'll miss a couple points, but so be sure to ask your questions. That's for sure.
There you go.
So basically, I started in this business. It's just like, well, I'm a very introverted guy, so I'm not very extroverted. I don't like, I'm not saying I don't like people. I love people. I want to help as many people as I can. But I'm not as comfortable face to face, which I'm getting over that. Anyway, this makes it, a perfect business for me. I get to help a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people. I don't get into the details and help them as deeply as maybe Rene and Raluca and Elynne can. They're dealing one-on-one. They can really see, what's going on with that person and really help them on a very personal level that can be a lot more impactful for their particular situation in many situations. But I'm like, you know what? I want to reach as many people as possible. So I'm doing that through recordings and through YouTube videos. It can reach a lot of people. It could do a lot of good for people. So I'm like, well, okay, how do I do that? So first thing I did was I went and checked out people who were doing this, because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. So there's people like Steve G. Jones. There's a number of people out there who are making a ton of money at this stuff. I can't remember all the names offhand. So I'm just checking them out, and what are they doing? What could I do, and how could I do it in my own way? Because I think that's really important to not just copy what everybody else does. But to put your own thing in it and put your heart in it. If you just want to do this just to make money and it's not about anything else, you're gonna hate what you do. And I love this. I love doing this. I love helping people on all these things. So I'm like, okay. So I started out, okay, what can I do? At the beginning, I just tried to, write a couple of scripts, and I'm a horrible writer. I don't do it very well. So buy Rene and Raluca's books on hypnosis scripts that are royalty free. I advise you to do that. Yes, there you go. Thanks, Rene. Anyway, if you're not a great writer, there's plenty of stuff out there. You can find it. Do a search. Actually, if you search for royalty free scripts, for hypnosis, pretty much, and I found this out, pretty much the only place you're going to find is the American School of Hypnosis and AIA. There's not a lot of places out there that have them, and I just am so lucky to have met Rene when I really needed more scripts. So I thank you, Rene. But, okay, so let me get into that, into the hows then. I don't know if anybody has any questions so far, but no, let's not get any questions. Basically, the first thing you want to do, you have to remember that the people that are on the other side of that recording are wide and varied. You're not going to have, only people who are easy to hypnotize. You're going to have some really analytical folk. So you're going to want to do something that can really try to induce as many people as possible. There's a couple of scripts that I really like to use that I think are pretty. They're kind of a good in between, where they can get people who are easier to put under, and as well as some people who are a little bit more difficult. They may be thinking too much or whatever, so it gets them kind of, their brain to kind of, go fuzzy and go, forget it, I give up. And then I like to use a deepener, because, especially in this, you really need a deepener. You're not following their breathing. Hopefully they start to fall in line with you anyway, just because of your voice and the music that you might have in the background. But you really need to pace yourself. You really need to keep your tone down low. It's really important in recordings, especially. I believe anyway, to go for calm, relaxed, and make sure that your voice is at a pitch that's good for your voice resonance, so that your voice can resonate pretty well. Another thing is you want to make sure that you record in batches. So, like, I'll record. I have a bunch of introductions recorded, and I'll go through software that I use and everything in a little bit. But you want to record like a beginning, like a couple of beginnings, like different things that you can use. If you do sleep hypnosis, record one that talks about how you want to get into sleep hypnosis. How this is about sleep hypnosis and to get yourself relaxed and comfortable on a bed or something like that. Another one you want to say, just wherever you are, just relax and just, I don't know, anything that you want to say at the beginning. Please don't drive your car while listening to this. That's a good idea. Then your inductions. You want to record a certain amount of inductions. Make sure that you have, that you're recording these on the same equipment and in about the same time of day, preferably on the same day, because your voice changes. You don't want your voice you want it to sound like your introduction and your induction and your subject scripts and everything. It's all in one thing. You don't want to make it sound like, well, I recorded this on Wednesday and then I had a cold on Thursday, and then I still had a kind of a chest thing on Friday, and I recorded these on different times. You just want to keep them all consistent, because you got to think of the person on the other end. How are they hearing it? What is their experience going to be? Because that's the most important part. If you want them if you just want them to buy once, fine. I don't really respect that. If you want them to go, this is really good. I want to, share this with friends. I want, I want to get, I have this other issue that I want to work on, and that one helps so well. Then you really want to put your quality into it, and you really want to put your heart and everything that you are into that. Because these are real people. Just don't think of, well, this is a mass of people. When people think of masses of people, they lose touch. Think of that as like someone you care about on the other side, or somebody you really want to help that has the issue that your subject is about. That's so important. Anyway, I'm getting off base here. The recording in batches is also, it's for your sanity too, because you don't want to sit there and record one thing every day. You want to make sure that you've got a library of different parts. You want to break them up into parts: introductions, inductions, your therapy session, a wrap up, or different types of wrap ups. Like I have ones that say, now you're going to fall asleep when it's a sleep hypnosis thing, or wake on 5. But break those up into your different parts, because when you go to put them together in whatever program that you're using, and personally I use Premiere Pro because I also do video, so I'll get my videos together with the audio and the underlying hypnosis, the relaxing music tracks, and maybe even some theta waves or isochronic tones or binaural beats in there, peppered in. And once I get all those tracks together, and get that going, then I can export that as video. I can export that as high quality MP3. and that.
With this program, you can do both. You can do audio and video.
Yes, with Premiere Pro is a good professional video. It's for video, but you can also do audio with it. So, it's the best of both worlds. Now, however, when I record my voice, I don't do it in that program. I actually use Audacity, which is free, and anybody can use that. I use Audacity to do my recordings, and keep in mind, you don't want a cheap microphone if you're going to do professional recording. So you want to get something that's decent. If you don't have a whole lot, I got this one on eBay. Hello.
Yeah, the Blue Yeti?
The Blue Yeti, yeah. Like this? So, and that's the early model. And I don't need a... Yep. Yeah, podcasters everywhere use it. Yep, she's got one too. But... these you can find on eBay for really cheap. Or you can just get one new on Amazon or eBay or anywhere you want to. But it really pays, because I know with video and everything, your video quality can suck and people will stick around if you're fun and whatever. But if your audio sucks, everybody's shutting you off. Audio is
they're not gonna stay.
So important. I mean, just you don't want any really bad audio. So I really advise you to get that. It's not a lot. I think it's about under $100 for the Blue Yeti now.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah, it's like $89.
Yeah, the original one. I know they got like a Pro one out there now.
Yeah, it's $150 for the newer one. We got ours at Best Buy, both of them.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Well, but so now where was I?
Oh, going back to it, I wanted to ask about Audacity, because so you said you recorded in Audacity. Then what do? Do you put it back in the Audio Pro?
Yeah. So I record my voice on the Blue Yeti in Audacity in this little room downstairs where I'm at right now. Yeah. Because I have a 5-year-old, so if I'm out there, that's the only thing that would be on my audio right now. So I record in Audacity, and then I export that as WAV files. You want it? WAV files are the best quality that you can do. So I record all the pieces in WAV files, and I put those. I've got a folder thing, a folder structure with all my different stuff in there for the different parts of my hypnosis scripts. So I put them in there. So then when I go into Premiere Pro, I can just drag them on over and drag them right into where they need to go. Bing, bang, boom. Keep on, just make sure that everything is good. Always, once you're done with your recordings, and if you've rendered it and uploaded it, and you've got the file there, always go over it again and just listen, because you want to make sure, because on Audacity and these microphones, as when you're piecing these pieces together, there's these little, right in between clips or whatever, there can be a little pop or a little something, and they're going to hear that on the other end. So you want to make sure, and you might want to take a class on Udemy or something on how to edit your audio. I would highly suggest doing that if you don't really understand it, because it's a beast of a thing to do if you don't know what you're doing yet. If you just think you're going to do it on, just record some stuff on your phone or something and then just upload it, you really want to make that quality.
Have you found Audacity? I found Audacity being a little tricky to edit the audio in. I always
me too, and I still haven't figured it out. The only thing I've actually figured out on Audacity is how to record it, and I record a specific piece, and then just export it. So, and then I export it as a WAV file, and then I just save that. That's the only thing I ever use Audacity for. I know there's plenty of people out there who use it like a pro. Great for you. This is how I do it. This is all I know. So that's what I'm going to tell you. But now, I mean, once you've gotten, a few different full recordings going that you've got, all ready and whatever, you want to also make artwork for that, like CD artwork. I like to just use. There's a free thing online called Canva. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one.
No.
So if you don't have like Photoshop or something, I just use Canva. I just love it. But I'll go into Canva. They've got a lot of stuff you can do in there. It's just a really great thing. I would suggest just go there, monkey about with it for a while, see what you can do. But otherwise, there are other ways to do it. You can go on to like Fiverr, or there's other places that do freelance stuff online. They can certainly do stuff for cheap for you. Could put together something, or if teenager down the street, I'm sure they'll do it for free or for a little something. And so then you've got your video, or you've got your audio, and you've got your artwork. And from there, what I do, there's a few different places that do this. I don't know the names to all of them, but I use CD Baby. This CD Baby is what is the company that I use to actually distribute all my audio and all my soundtracks across the world. So they will do this for a flat rate, they charge you one flat rate to get it published. And that's, if it's one hypnosis audio track, it's about, it's going to end up being about 14 something, I think, just about $15 per track. And that will get it distributed to Apple and Amazon and, sound wherever, anywhere that you can get this stuff practically. I don't have that all in my head right now. I'd have to go back and look at all the names, but it's, just tons and tons of places that you can get your music sent to. I found out the hard way. I tried to get mine, before I went through this route, I tried to upload my stuff over to Etsy. I had a little Etsy shop. Etsy's free. Jump on Etsy. I was thinking, I can sell my stuff here. I went through their whole thing, and it didn't look like I couldn't do it. They just kind of let me do it, and then they said, then there was this little place where you can upload a file, and I was like, oh, well, that's where I'm going to upload my thing. So I had to actually bring down the quality. They only allowed you to upload something that was 20 megabytes or less, and to do that. Wow. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is too big. And I'm like, it's only an hour and a half one that I had, and I was trying to put this up. No, this one was only a half-hour one. And I'm trying to put it up, and I did get it up there. I just had to bring down the quality to 90 kilobytes per second or something. I mean, the ones that I'm putting out on a regular basis are 250-something kilobytes per second. It's like a high-quality audio. This is down to nothing. I don't want to put that out. But I didn't, understand at the moment. So I was like, okay, well, I don't get it. But, okay, so I put it out there, and I get an email maybe a month into it saying, hey, we're taking your stuff down. You can't do that with MP3s or with hypnosis audios or something. I'm like, well, why? I see all these other people. And it's like, no, they had a physical CD. It's like, oh, okay. So I had to scrap that, and then I'm going, I'm pulling my hair out. And my wife's like, what about
wait,
CD,
they actually
baby?
made a CD for you? For the tracks that you
No. Other people who were selling on Etsy were selling CDs. They would mail you something. Etsy needs physical products.
Right.
So, and I'm like, well, do you have a digital product thing in there? So I don't know. Just you can't do it on Etsy. That's all I know. I mean, you might be able. I don't deal in CDs and physical product. I don't want to have that hassle. That's a lot of hassle, and most people don't use CDs anymore. And I mean, as time goes on, day by day, less and less people are using physical product and actually going for a downloadable item. So, why even start? If you're going to start this stuff, I wouldn't even bother. But it's up to you if you want to.
Well, we used a company, I don't remember the name of it, with CDs, and we would upload the raw footage and send it to them, and they would engrave the CDs, and they would package, and they just would do everything for you. But the prices were quite
Yeah. It was a
high.
regular fulfillment company that we had.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
matter of fact, I've got sets of. It's one of those things where you open up the big package. It looks like a loose leaf binder, and there's like 12 CDs in it and a manual. Yeah. So we sent them the manual, the artwork, all the CDs, and all that, and they
get the whole package for you.
Yeah, and they make
really
like
cool.
hundreds of them. We had to pay for hundreds in advance, and then when we'd sell them, it would go straight to them, and they would fulfill the order. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was that was a big.
That's the one nice thing about CD Baby is like they even have an option where they'll do the artwork for you. They'll do that stuff for you. They'll all these things need a barcode thing. So they they'll say, hey, do you have a barcode? If you don't, we'll get it'll be $5. So usually if you have barcodes and you have all the stuff that you need, but you just need a publisher, they'll do that for like per single, which is what one hypnosis audio session would be. Per single, it's like $9 and something, I believe. But once you add on, because each one is like, oh, I don't have a barcode, so slap a barcode on there for me for $5, and they'll do that. And luckily, I do my own artwork, so I put my own artwork on there. But they will do that as well. So that's kind of nice.
So it's $9.95 per single. I'm watching it right now, and $49 per album.
Yep. And I guess they had. I don't know if they still have it. They have right now. They've got like some special or whatever for $29 something per album, or is that might be gone now?
Yeah, I think it's gone, but yeah, they have something
I
called
think they were on like their
worldwide. Mm-hmm.
Now, why would
they have
you
a
need
couple of different packages.
Why would you need a barcode for a digital product? I thought that was just for physical products. Like when I put my books out in print, I need to buy a barcode, from Amazon. But
I think it's something that
digital.
it's not like something that can be scanned as much as it's the number that still records it in all the stuff.
It's the license, I think. The license,
okay.
Maybe.
I don't know about the license or whatever, but I think it's just a way so that they can track it in the system. I'm not exactly sure on that one.
Okay.
One thing to keep in mind though is while initially they only charge you that 9 something or 14 something if you get the barcode and all that, and that's the low package. I'm just getting or pro package. I think is what I was doing. I don't know. There's a middle one. I didn't do the free one. I did the first step up one that they've got. I don't bother with the other one because there's like a whole bunch of monetization stuff that I don't want them to use. However, it could help some people. The initial charge is 9 or 14 something. However, when you sell something, they do get a percentage of that. I think it's like 3 or 4%. I'm not exactly sure of what that is. I'd have to go on there. Maybe Raluca can see it if she's on there. But they do charge you a fee per sale that you get. So they do take a chunk of that, as well as for CD Baby. Plus, of course, iTunes or whatever will also take their percent, or Amazon will take their percent. So, you have to keep that in mind that, just because you have it selling for, however much amount, it's not all yours if you get it. You have to, they have to take their cuts first. And then, of course, there's taxes. So remember to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
You don't want You don't want that coming after you. So, I mean, at the moment, anybody have questions?
Yeah, we've got a few of them. Let me give you some questions. I just asked Jerome. He says, were you using, I don't know if I can pronounce this, Kunaki? And I just said, what is Kunaki? And I'm waiting for a response. Are you familiar with that? Kunaki?
No.
I've heard the name before, but I'm not really sure what it is. So while Jerome's coming back with that, Royce is asking, how do you get paid from the distribution through CD Baby?
There's a number of different ways you can get paid. They actually ask you for like an account that they can pay to, or they can send it to you in a check. There's numerous ways. When you go through the process of signing up, they'll ask you that, like, well, how would you like to be paid? And you can give them different options. So you can give them your bank account information so they can do an automatic deposit for you, or send you a check, or I don't remember the other ways to do that there. I just say, hey, when I get to a certain amount, just dump it into my account or something. So
okay. It's kind of like with books. My royalties come from Amazon. Once a month, they go into my PayPal.
Yeah.
Before we changed that, it was like over $100. I would just send you a check. So,
right.
Yeah, so you get choices. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. I'm going to see if I can scroll back a bit. Jerome was also saying, where was it? There's tons of videos on YouTube. We were asking about Audacity earlier. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, which will help both of us, show all about how to use Audacity. And it looks like he put a link here. I'm not going to click on it now because I don't want my computer to go crazy. But he put a link there in the comments if we want to click on that. A YouTube video, so it's probably a video showing how to do that. Thanks, Jerome.
Sure, thanks, Jerome.
See. What else do we have here? We have Jonathan from New York on. Hey, Jonathan, if you're still on. It was a while back he came on. You got people from all over the place here. And, Jerome is saying Kunaki is a CD fulfillment company if you want to do CDs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Jerome, who would you use for fulfillment company if we wanted to do 8 tracks?
John Travolta.
You got to be joking.
The Bee Gees.
8 tracks.
Anthony, are you old enough to know to have an 8-track?
What do you think?
I had a Mustang with an 8-track player. And this is when Mustangs weren't cool. It was a cheap car. It was an 8-cylinder Mustang. Of course, now they're like, wow, this is classic. Yeah, I had an 8-track player in there. But I noticed Jerome's dead silent. I'm not going to talk to you about 8 tracks.
What is the name of the microphone you use? I didn't catch that.
Oh, it's the Blue Yeti. It's the blue. Is it the blue from Yeti, or is it Yeti from the company?
Yeti
Blue?
is the name of the microphone, and Blue is the brand. Matter of fact, whenever I go on here to set up, it asks what microphone you're using, and it'll always say Yeti. I got to
choose that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a very good mic. Now, Elynne, the way the mic works, I'm going to kind of put this up here real quick so you can see it. It has settings, on this side where you can dial, that right now I'm speaking directly into it, but there's always noise. We're in a city, so there's cars just 20 feet away, motorcycles. It doesn't pick that up. Then if I want to have an interview, I can turn a knob so I'm speaking and you're speaking, and it'll only pick up the sounds from both sides. Then I can put it on a table, and there's another setting where it'll pick up everything in the room. Now if somebody outside coughs, you're going to hear it, And I think...
Got it.
3 settings or 4? Actually, that is on your side.
Yeah, it's on that side.
Yeah. And
you're on the same setting that I use.
Yeah, there's a 4th setting, which I have no idea what it is. I'm using one just right in front. So it's kind of cool like that. There's a lot of adjustments. I got a mute button on the front, so if I have to cough or something like that, I can just hit mute real quick.
That's wonderful.
I never do because I always forget about that
working.
Button. What's that?
That happened to me while I was working last night. Started coughing.
Yeah.
And I was worried I'd wake the subject up. Okay. Are you using that right now for this?
Yes.
Me? Or...
Yeah, we both are.
Yeah.
And Raluca.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it setting
Yeah,
to.
I'm using it right now.
The sound is coming in through the headset, and my voice is
Got
going
it.
through the microphone. Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to check the setting all the time, because if you don't set the setting for the microphone, I have an external Logitech video, and the voice will automatically want to take that. That's like the default, and it's okay, but that's when you're going to have that hollow sound in a room. You hear people, it sounds like they're in a hallway, and most computer mics or the external mics will do that, because I think it's at a distance probably.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'd suggest if
Thank
anybody does do this and they want to create recordings and they've got that microphone, I suggest on the back. I don't know if you can hear me if I'm weird right now, but on the back, the gain when I'm recording my audio for hypnosis, I turn the gain all the way up. I have the setting on the back for the heart shape one that will only get what's in front. It's just like this is its main place that it's listening to, and I'll have it there. And I don't talk directly at it. I talk just on the side of it, and I have it just like 1 to 2 feet away from me, and it really does a great job. But don't move or tap anything or move stuff around or rustle anything, because it picks up everything. So
Okay.
I use one of these things.
yeah.
Otherwise, you get the yeah.
Yep. That's why I go like away. I do it this way, so I don't make that. Oh, what is that? What is that? Plosion. They call them plosions.
Yeah. The poof sound.
Yeah.
Another thing I like about this, when I'm doing recordings online, especially or videos or audios, if I made a mistake as I'm speaking, rather than stopping, I tap the mic twice like this. And it makes like when you look at it, it makes those big, those high swiggles, and then I just repeat it and keep on going. And then when I edit, I only have to go to the high swiggle and not have to listen to every single thing all over again. So I'll go to where the swiggle was and just cut that out and move on. So it's kind of nice like that, because when you tap it, it's like a little explosion, So
yeah, you can see that.
But don't do that live.
Yeah, and you could see that on the wave, on the
exactly.
thing showing your audio there. So
Jerome says, I've heard good things about the Yeti mics, and a laughing face about the 8-tracks. I was serious.
Which means he's old enough to understand.
I've heard about them. And Royce says something about beta videos. I really don't know anything about that. Beta.
Oh, is it like beta and VHS?
Oh, okay. Maybe he was going along with the
8-track thing.
I still remember that 8mm.
The big floppy disks.
Yeah.
There you go.
One of those 8mm cameras.
You mean a record?
A record, yes.
That's what they make ashtrays with today, isn't it? Remember melting those and making ashtrays? You don't.
Why would you need an ashtray if you have a hypnotist to get rid of stop smoking?
This is when I was a child, and the baby boomers here.
Then?
I plead the fifth. Let's see. We have another comment here. Jerome, I had a 8-track stereo. Yeah, that was probably last week, Jerome. I know you. And okay, any other questions?
Yeah, do you guys have any questions?
What do you use?
I'm so confused, it doesn't matter.
No, what are you confused about, Elynne?
There are so many processes to go through just to make a recording. I think I'll stick to my old-fashioned way. Just do it on my telephone and let them take it from there.
Years ago, in my early years in hypnosis, what I used to do is I had a mic similar to this, but it's hard to see right now, but I've got this on a whole big boom system. And what I used to do is I would have the boom set way up in the ear. The client was in the chair, and I had it coming right down by their mouth. So they'd be sitting like that, and the mic would be right here. And I used both sides, so I could speak on this side. And the thing is, when you're asking somebody a question in hypnosis, they're so silent. So I'd say, you know, let's say past life regression. I go, where are you right now? Say it louder. I'm in the house. So it was a lot closer to them, so we could pick it up. So at the end of the session, I had a recording, and I would send them that recording. That was a nice thing about that. But you had to be really careful if you're not used to dealing with a boom, and you don't have it really tight, and you bring that microphone down and you hit them in the tooth with the mic. You got to be careful of that. Not that it's ever happened, lawsuit. But anyway,
right. Oh man!
Yeah, like Zoom says, it's actually not hard to make a recording, but pretty much anything when you first do it, just the learning curve. But once you get past it, it's just a matter of, you know, once you have the equipment and understand how it works, then it's just a matter of flip it on, boom, 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 like, you know, like right now. The
biggest difference between people doing stuff well and people doing stuff not good or not doing it is the doing it. People have to do it. Yeah. They got to do it. They got to suck for a while, and you get better, because that's what happens.
Yeah, go look at my YouTube videos when YouTube first started about 11 years ago. You'll see a lot of difference. We were with them right from the beginning. You know, we have hundreds of videos, but the first ones, I left them up there, but it's like, oh my word, I mean, they're pretty bad.
Well, you know,
film
good
strips.
To leave them up there.
We had film strips. One had the, you know how Star Wars has the words coming on the screen as it gets closer, they kind of, as it goes away. We had all these words, you know. It was actually a, what was it? What kind of affirmations was it, Raluca, the first one? On
I think that they actually are still pretty liked because they're on wealth.
Our number one
something
video.
On wealth, yeah.
Yeah, it was on, something happened to do with wealth, but as I'm saying it, you could read it, and it was going away, and it was black with white lettering, and that's actually, it was like, I don't know, 50,000 views or something, but, you know, we're talking 10, 11 years later, but some of them were pretty bad. But you learn as you go. You know, they didn't have all the technology they do now. So.
But when YouTube first started, I really liked it. I mean, it's good now because it's a much bigger platform, but a lot of people don't know that YouTube stands for broadcast yourself. That was their message. They started with that. Mm-hmm. And now it's a little bit more. They're trying to get more like Netflix and Amazon, but when they started, it was really neat. I miss those days.
Now, Bryce is asking, can we have expert sessions on a video? Yeah, you can actually record sessions on video. Matter of fact, I've done a lot of group sessions that way, especially when I do group online past life regressions. I'll do it in a program like this, because what I can do is I can change with this program here, which you can get free for, I think it's a month to try it. But I can do something like this. Let's see, right over here. And you can get, I think with this program, up to 9 people on the screen. And I do the past life regression, and they're all, we did one about a week ago, and one guy's head was, almost in the screen. Sometimes you'll have some funny things going on when you're watching everyone. But then you can come back and speak to all of them. I remember about a year ago we did one, and one of the people on the screen was from India, and so he was all, sprawled out, but he had a beautiful apartment, and it, kind of along the lines of Elynne's apartment, where you could see everything behind. So he was like close to us, but with the room behind. And he didn't tell people he was going into hypnosis before he started. So he's probably maybe in his late 50s, early 60s. As we're doing the video, his wife just nonchalantly walks in behind him, and he's kind of like this, and starts doing yoga. It was the funniest thing. She's doing this whole yoga routine, all this stretching and everything while we're doing this. And it's like, wake up! But we had so many people, you couldn't really do it. But yeah, you can do it live on video, whether it's like this, one-on-one. And also on Skype. You can do Skype videos, and there's a lot of programs where you could record it. And if you want, either post it online or send the video recording to the client. But I don't know why you'd really want to, because what client really wants to see themselves like this for, half an hour? It's not really exciting unless they want to see what you're doing, if you're writing on their face with a marker or something. But anyway, let's see. I don't know if that's what you were getting at, but yeah, you can record and do them live. Now, Raluca's done a lot of Skype videos, and I think she's done some just on the phone, Skype sessions, with her clients. I like doing them all on video because I actually want to see what's going on with the client, on the phone, I could be doing a session, and you could have just got up and left the room, and I wouldn't know. The nice thing is if they have a phone or something, they have to have a headset, and most headsets have the microphone, so I could hear them breathing. But I could see if something's going on. If your head is going weird, going from back and forth, I could say what's going on. I notice your head's going back and forth. Tell me what you're experiencing. Doesn't normally happen, but hey, you have flukes.
If there are people doing yoga behind you, you'll just let that help you relax even deeper.
But he had no clue. Never heard anything about it even since. But
yeah, that was the funniest part. He didn't know.
Yeah.
She finally finished.
Well, if he was under, how would he know?
What's that?
If he was under, how would he know what was going on behind him?
Well, I'm surprised, though, because
Especially if you told him, don't worry about noise.
Yeah, he must have been perfectly silent, because in hypnosis, your senses are enhanced a minimum of 15%. I've done group sessions. I did one at the school not too far from here one night, and I had probably 15 people, and I think we were doing a contacting spirits. And one of the people opened his eyes and walked out the door. Now, this is a big school, went all the way down the hallway to the other end to go to the bathroom. And people told me afterwards, because once he closed the door, I didn't hear anything, But people told me, we heard him walking all the way down the hallway, and we heard him slamming the door in the bathroom and coming back. I never heard a thing. So, yeah, they pick up things really, in detail that we wouldn't normally. So I'm surprised he didn't hear her. Maybe he didn't care. But, yeah, some pretty interesting things. Jerome says, she must have been ninja quiet. Very good, Jerome. Yeah, she was ninja quiet. So any other questions there online before we let Antony go? Let's see. I think I wanted to ask about royalty-free music. What do you use for music in your background?
I pick up a lot of music from different places. So I've got a few tracks that I use from the YouTube audio library, which is a great place to get some stuff. So there's a couple of them that I will use from there. I've picked up.
You just loop them a little bit after each other.
Yep, loop them after one after another, and make sure to mess with the stuff and get those little things that kind of blend it together, because sometimes that doesn't sound really great if you don't have it blended well.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, or just silence for a while and then. But other ones, I'll go on. There's a few different places. If you just do a search, like a Google search for, royalty-free hypnosis and meditation music, they're mostly interchangeable. There's something in hypnosis music. Sometimes meditation music will get a little more emotional in different ways. While hypnosis music is usually, you want to keep that without really any, big emotional spikes or downs or anything like that. So, otherwise, usually they're pretty interchangeable. So you can, if you look up, even if you just go, meditation music, you'll probably find a bunch of stuff there. And there's just so many places out there. I just suggest really on that stuff, just do a Google search and you'll find tons.
Are you having to put the author's name in your credits or wherever?
On some of them, I do have to do that. Yeah, I do have to. I do have to do that on a couple of them. Not very many. I try to choose the ones where I don't have to do that so much. However, like on YouTube, pretty much every video that I do now, YouTube throws up a copyright thing, and I have to dispute and say, nope, I bought this already. Thank you, go away. Do I have to do this for the 10th time in a row? And then I have to do it for the 11th.
Even though you
and the
use
12th.
their music, they're coming up to you.
This one isn't for the YouTube stuff. This is for other music that I've purchased that is also on some other publishing thing or whatever. And they are in some database that it goes through real quick and tries to match it with what it can hear in your video. Right. And then if it's like, oh, there's a match right there, it throws a copyright strike out. Now that doesn't mean that you've did anything wrong. It's just saying, hey, this thing matches what we've shown as copyrighted music. And then you have to go and hit the dispute thing in the copyright and go, yep, I bought the rights to use this, royalty free, blah blah blah, from such and such. And then you send that in, and then they, check and they go, oh, okay, but it takes a couple of days to do that. So if you're doing YouTube videos, and you're doing that, I'm sure some people on here may want to do, YouTube stuff. If you're doing YouTube videos, I would suggest, because it takes a couple of days, if you want to make, like, if your channel is in the partner plan where you have monetization, and you want to be able to, on those first couple of days, actually monetize and get money from that, then you probably want to upload that video before you publish it by a couple of days. Make sure that that's in the can and already uploaded and waiting and just scheduled out a couple of days. Because you're going to get, by the time that thing uploads and that is scheduled and everything is done with it, go to the copyright thing, and if there is a copyright thing, they'll probably send you an email, and if you deal with it right then, it'll take like a day, maybe 2 days. I've had it go up to 4, but usually it's pretty quick.
Good.
Is CD Baby giving you issues? Because I know that you can use the music on free platforms like YouTube, but what if you charge for your product? Will they say, oh, you can't use this music? Because a lot of people, like I get a lot of music on SoundCloud. There's a lot of artists over there on SoundCloud. But they don't allow you to, you can use it for your YouTube videos as background music. But when it comes to you putting them on your disc and selling them, some of them allow you to do that, but some of them don't.
Yeah, it depends on the license with that music, that site, I'm really, really careful about licensing. Mm-hmm. Always be really careful about licensing, because it can really bite you in the you-know-what.
But because then you're going to have to take it all down. You've paid all this to put it up.
Yeah, you got to scrap your work, or you got to pay a hefty fine or something, or a hefty amount, at that point.
That's why I wanted to bring this up.
Maybe they might even say, we also want the money that we would have made.
Exactly.
So then it's, don't get in the hassle of that.
We've had some of those nightmare issues.
Yeah?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had
that's no fun.
A medical person from Europe who copyrighted some information and sold it to us, basically, and we put it up, and and we found out that they plagiarized and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it was a nightmare.
It's never fun with the plagiarize and the intellectual property rights laws are very stingy.
Yeah.
They gotta watch it.
You gotta make sure to cross your I's and dot your T's.
Here's a fun one for you. How many titles? Jerome says, how many titles do you put out a month?
Do I put out a month?
I see them going up almost every day with you sometimes. I see them on YouTube.
I do a lot. I'm starting to convert a lot more of my YouTube stuff into stuff that I'm putting on CD Baby. I initially put up like 3 or 4 things in CD Baby and just let that sit for a while, and I've been concentrating on building up YouTube right now. and I do about 3 a week, 2 or 3 a week. So that's currently, I mean, I'm probably going to run out of scripts by then. But I do different. Here's another thing, because I forgot to mention this, is like if you're putting out, different audios, I do numerous different versions of each one that I do. I'll do a hypnosis for smoking, and I'll do a sleep hypnosis for smoking with with affirmations at the end, like maybe a couple hours of affirmations, so you have a couple hours to get you into sleep. Some people are like, well, I want affirmations all night, so there's an 8-hour version. So you can have different ones. Everybody wants something different, and so why not? I even put out videos now that are only affirmations. 2-hour version. I have a 2-hour version and an 8-hour version of every single affirmations one that I do. And I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I'm doing recorded audio affirmations, I'm thinking, okay, the subconscious isn't stupid, and the subconscious, if you're a 40-something-year-old, woman somewhere, and you're listening to a male voice give you I am affirmations, I'm just not up for that. So I do you are affirmations if it's recorded. I think, the subconscious just thinks, oh, this person is such and such. This person is such and such. Not I am. It's, oh, they are, because they're saying it. It's a different voice. It's obviously somebody that's not you. Now, if you're doing affirmations to yourself in the morning or at night, you want to do I am affirmations. But if you're listening to recordings, I don't think that's the right choice for you. I don't think that our subconscious really picks up on that well. But so I do all my recorded affirmations as you are affirmations. I just see so many YouTube videos out there and affirmation CDs or whatever that are all I am, because, well, I get it. That's what everybody's been told. I am. You want to do I am statements. And yes, you do want to do I am statements when you're doing the I am statements. So I don't know if anybody else has a different idea on that.
Well, we have some hypnosis sessions that we put out in the manuals that are actually affirmation sessions. And I see what you're saying, but if you say a few words in the recording, you can do it. So in just a moment, I'm going to be giving you suggestions. And what I'd like to do is what I'd like you to do is to use your imagination as I say these things, and imagine them for you. So when I say, I am this, just listen to what I'm saying and imagine it to yourself as I'm saying it. Because in hypnosis, imagination is the key. Yes. So if you can get them to imagine what you're saying, it's going to be a lot stronger. But so the affirmations. And so what I want you to do is imagine what I'm saying. Prime the subconscious
to say that's what you want it to do.
Right, but you need to tell it.
Then that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Because when you're hypnotizing someone, you're speaking to it's like speaking to a 5-year-old child. So when you tell the 5-year-old child, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. Yeah. Yeah, but and it's good that you have it, gender neutral also. Raluca and I watch Friends. I don't know if you've ever seen the hypnosis episode in Friends, where Chandler wanted to quit smoking, so he borrowed Monica's CD or something. And at nighttime, he went to sleep, and it says, "You are a confident woman. You are a strong woman."
Right.
And Chandler get up in the morning, come out of the shower with a robe and a towel around his head, and he was sashaying around the house, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" "Oh, you hurt my feelings." It was hysterical,
Right.
So, you want to make things gender neutral.
Yeah. Borrow the bomb.
What's that? What was that, Raluca?
He said, "Can I borrow your lip balm to Rachel?" Yeah, it was funny. My favorite episode from Friends was the hypnosis tape.
Oh, great. Let's see if I have any more
Good
questions
stuff.
here. Binary beats. I like what you said about doing it in batches. Doing all your inductions and this and that. Another thing you said, you don't want to go from day to day because you had a cold or something like that.
Right.
I think if you do long days, that can be equally as bad because at the beginning of the day, I notice when I start doing recording, I've done them like that. I'm speaking like this right now, but 4 hours from now, I'm going, yeah, you're slowed down, you're tired, and you notice a big difference in those too. You want to make sure your pace is the same as well.
Well, and if you're gonna do them that way too, if you're gonna do them long, I would suggest do like the certain ones that are at the beginning, so that if you're getting tired, you're getting tired little by little throughout the recording. So
consistently tired.
So consistently do your chipper ones or whatever at the beginning. Try to keep that mindfulness of not sounding tired. But as you go through, then just do the next one and the next one and the next one until you get to your termination scripts.
Exactly.
So at least you're tired by the end, but hopefully by then you're just like, more. I get more invigorated as I'm doing them. So, but
Well, I either need to take a lot of classes in how to do all this, or stick with the way I'm functioning now, just one-on-one by Skype, plus maybe my little MP3 or whatever I do, which I've recorded for 30 days follow-up on stop smoking or weight release. But oh my God, this is so confusing to me.
But see, the advantage of this...
So somebody's either going to come in and teach me, or I'm sticking with what I do.
This isn't so much for your sessions, though. This is for people that really want to build like a passive income. I know. Yeah, so, he's making money on the side. So, see, Anthony right now is making money. He probably hears cha-ching, cha-ching in his checking account while we're talking here. Yeah, that's why he's always smiling.
I mean,
yeah.
Either that or I'm going to have to fly up there and have you teach me.
So when I'm forced to get up at 10 a.m., that's a rough day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, see, you've done your job.
In my place.
You've done your job, Anthony. Jerome just said, I'm getting motivated to create an audio today.
That's good. So, I don't know, just go and, if you're curious about what those sound like, just go over to my YouTube channel, Brain Spanking You. There's a bunch of stuff. You'll see what I mean on the different types and how I have, different versions of them, like longer versions and shorter versions, and, just kind of the cadence of going through it. And one thing I want to say is, when you get to, like, when I'm doing inductions, so much is about relaxation, so I'm trying to be really relaxed. When it gets to my subjects, depending on the subject, you don't have to be in the relax and be careful of how you say it, and just try to put them all to sleep by this time. You can talk normally. You can talk with excitement if you want, and let them know, and you're making this big change, and now is the time, whatever you have to do. But, just, you don't have to have a hypnotic voice through this whole thing and everything, just, that's just during the induction phase. So, have fun.
While we're on the topic, you just brought up your YouTube videos. I'd like you to explain a little bit about that. You have all these free sessions on YouTube. Go see them. And then you have all your paid sessions. Why would somebody seeing the free sessions want the paid session?
Well, okay, a few things here. And actually, I put out pretty much everything that I have free on YouTube.
Okay.
So, anything that you can find that I have paid is also free on YouTube. And the reason why I do that is, well, first I want to help a lot of people. That's my main goal. My side goal is to make the money. Well, a little bit more than a side goal. But, I really want to help a lot of people. And that's just the way that I can see to do that. However, not everybody, if you're sleeping or if you're trying to get to sleep, if you want a hypnosis session, you want it to be convenient. A lot of people don't want to, watch a video and have the screen light up their bedroom at night, So even on the stuff that I have for the video, I'll have like a shot or something that's like more darker. It's not really bright if I'm doing sleep hypnosis stuff, so that's not lighting up their room and keeping them awake at night. I don't want all the blue light when they shouldn't have blue light. No screens after 10.
Yeah.
But hey, a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people just want something that they can listen to whenever they want, and they can just put headphones in and just listen to it, and they don't want to have to go to YouTube and everything. So there's another offer for them, so they can go and purchase it if they want. Another thing is, if you're doing YouTube stuff, is affiliate links. There's a lot of you can do affiliate links if you've got if your stuff is out. This is one thing that's really nice about Amazon affiliates, right? I know that Amazon, if you're doing affiliate links for hypnosis stuff in your hypnosis videos, I also have vitamin C videos that I started way back when I first started my channel. I'm still getting affiliate hits off of that with different, with the vitamin C that I and my family use. I'm like a vitamin C expert guy, so that's how I started my stuff. And then it was just I just got to get into something else. So, you can put, as long as it's relevant to what you're doing in the video, you can have different affiliate links in there, stuff that you use. I wouldn't just advise trying to put affiliate links in everything that you do. It's just, the more people click on your stuff, the more you get out of YouTube, and YouTube likes to keep people there, so then they don't promote your stuff as much. If you're kicking people out, if it's your video and then people leave YouTube, that puts a big strike against you. So you don't want to do that. If you get people into YouTube, they want you to keep them there. So I went off topic there big time. Oops.
No, that's what I was getting at is, it's great that you have all the YouTube videos, but I wanted people to understand that one of the main reasons is it's a marketing technique. You like to watch them, but when you're going to go to your bedroom, most people don't have a computer in their bedroom. So you buy the MP3 so they can download it on their MP3 player and go to the bedroom, because you can't really download a YouTube video onto an MP3 player, So I know
Raluca, and only a certain amount of people check out YouTube.
Right.
And if they went on, if they go, somewhere else and see an advertisement for it or whatever, they're not going to know it's free on YouTube. So maybe they'll buy it, or somebody who does watch YouTube tells, oh man, you gotta, check out this stuff or whatever, maybe you should check it out on YouTube. And they're like, well, I'm not a YouTube person. Well, you can get it online, and then they can get it online, but
right.
It's out there. It's like YouTube is like free advertising, 24/7, all day, and people go, well, why do you want to give your stuff away for free? It's like, that's free advertising,
exactly.
And that's it's in this day and age, if you just don't want to put your stuff out, it almost makes more sense in a strange way to give away everything that you do. To just give it away and say, look, everything is free. And then everybody, they consume your stuff, they like your product, they like what you do. And then if it's at some point, you can have a video and say, and I now have this, I just put out this book. Well, as all these people are like, man, I got so much for free, I want his book. Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to go get your book. So that's, what was it? Gary Vaynerchuk uses that all the time. That's the, jab, 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 right hook. So, jab, jab, jab is, give, 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 give. And the right hook is just an ask. Hey, here you've had all this free stuff for a while. Just want to let you know I got a new book. You don't even have to go buy this book and rah rah rah. People will just be guilty and they'll just say, yeah, you know what? I should really get that guy's book because I've been taking all this stuff for free all this time. But it works.
I watch a guy's channel. He does all kinds of self-help, and I was watching his videos one day, and underneath there was a comment. A lady left a comment, says, I'm looking at your website and you have nothing to sell. I want to buy something from you. He had nothing to sell. So then later he did some books and stuff. But yeah, they were asking him to buy stuff from him.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy awesome, but crazy. It's really awesome.
See, Royce over here says, this is the question when we were talking together you were trying to avoid, but we're going to hit it now. Royce says, does CD Baby market and get your product in front of people, or how is it promoted?
They do have a couple of promotion things in there. I haven't really used a lot of that CD Baby promotion stuff. Marketing is the part that I'm starting to really delve into a lot more because I haven't been doing as much marketing as I probably should. So there's if you're going marketing, that's their forte is publishing and getting it out into the market. Now, getting people to those markets to make you money, that's a different story. So when it comes to marketing, you can do Facebook ads, you could do, different advertising online. I wouldn't suggest as much doing old school advertising in print and television or radio or anything as much. Maybe radio. I don't know, but I don't do any of that. I usually rely mostly on, maybe Facebook ads, some Instagram stuff. I have numerous different accounts. I would really suggest, you have a YouTube account if you do well on video, or if you think that you could do well after some practice on video, get a YouTube account. Just do Facebook, have a Facebook page. Give value in everything that you do. Try to give some sort of value, and don't always try to promote. If you're promoting all the time, if everything that you do is a promotion, people are going to switch you off. They're going to say, yeah, sales. It's all, everybody he's just trying to sell me something. Instagram is a good place. Pinterest, you want to get, accounts in all these different places and just play with them, see what you can do with them. I mean, you never know where you're gonna get a following. So get them all, mess around with them. It's not gonna hurt you to do so. Take some courses on Udemy for marketing if you want. I've got like 3 or 4 or 5 different courses I'm in the middle of now on Udemy specifically for marketing. But if you have a way, and I'm trying to set up my website right now to actually do a good sales funnel, because I have no sales funnel. What's wrong with me? I should have a sales funnel. I don't have something I can say, here's this thing, just give me your email address. I don't have that yet, and so I'm getting that set up. Rainey's got a great one with their free book. You guys in your free book, that's amazing.
That was actually Raluca's idea years ago when we were in Philadelphia. Raluca. We were selling that book for $99.
Yeah.
And we did quite well with it. And then one day, Raluca, she was watching one of the self-help people, one of the gurus that was talking about that. And she come up to me, she goes, I got an idea. Let's give the manual away for free. And I said, I got an idea. You're nuts. No way. But she convinced me to do that. And since then,
counterintuitive.
we've literally given away hundreds of thousands of them. It's unbelievable.
And then what that brings in on the back end is way more than you ever would have gotten selling it for $99.
And I have people like from Africa and a lot of countries I never even heard of that will write to me and thank me that they started a practice just from the manual and are helping people in their town. And it's like places I didn't even know. They're learning from the manual and helping. So it's been a... Thank you, Raluca. It's been a really good idea. Yeah.
Taken from Bob Proctor, my number one mentor.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm taking a course with one of his young men that he worked with, Anders Hansen, and he was just on with Bob about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, opening for Bob in his seminar. So it's marvelous.
Yeah.
I also, with Udemy, I downloaded their PTSD program so that I can become a little bit better on that too. And I do have a separate Facebook page, so I have to get more active on that. I've been kind of fly on that one, but now that I'm becoming certified or certifiable, one of the two.
Or both. Don't stop there.
Yeah. Well, I've been known to be certifiable, but that's okay. Now that I'm doing that, I'm going to start offering more with training. And Raluca, I do a lot of Skype. I love doing Skype sessions with people who are on other places in the country. And they work really well because you can watch their breathing and you can hear if they're snoring or whatever else they're doing. And
Look, what's that program you use?
Really do what?
There's another one that's like Skype that Raluca uses to speak to all her friends in Europe. What's that one?
There's another program that's called WhatsApp. And you can
the WhatsApp?
do WhatsApp.
Yeah. WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, yeah.
Is that what you mean? Yeah, I have WhatsApp. I use that too. When my daughter was in Africa, I used it every day so we could talk. Yep, I have that.
Yeah.
There it is.
I always...
The good part about it is that, like, if you see the top of it, you can do voice and you can also do video.
Oh, video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so if you want to do sessions worldwide.
Yep, I do video with WhatsApp so I can watch what's going on. And I love it. The other one that comes in free is Zoom. That's a little more confusing, but I'm on a lot of programs with Zoom, so
good.
I'm just comfortable with Skype and WhatsApp. Those both work well for me.
When I first started doing sessions, though, I did them on the phone because there was not all this technology was not yet developed right. So I did start doing it, I would say, 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, I did start doing it on the phone. And everything went well until one guy fell asleep. So I was like, what am I going to do now? Call him back and wake him up?
Yeah.
Because I was like, Bob, can you hear me, Bob? And I hear, oh my God.
Yeah, because you don't have the signs to see,
Yeah. Especially on the first session when you have to do the suggestibility exercises to see if they're analytical or non-analytical, then you can't see. I had a set of questions that I would ask them, but they were not as clear as the, seeing them.
Test, yeah. When we left Philadelphia and came back to Maine, she had a lot of clients, so she just was able to swap a lot of them over to the telephone, so that was great. Good.
Yeah, I worry about telephone that I can't see their breathing and watch what's going on.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I do use Skype and WhatsApp is so I can see what is actually happening. I'm just more comfortable that way.
They need to have a zap button for your phone. Oh, okay, yes. Let's see.
I didn't want to tell you I installed that already.
Did you? Let's see. We had something else. Royce says, I love Zoom. Okay. And we'll leave on a good note. Anthony, Jerome just said, just subscribe to your YouTube channel,
Hey,
Anthony.
thank you, Jerome. Much appreciated.
Do we have a button for balloons to go up in the air? That'd be great.
I should have a
with
green
that,
screen behind me and do that.
I'm going to use my zap button on you.
There you go.
Thanks.
I rather enjoyed that. Thank you, Elynne. But anyway, that's all the questions we have online. I'd like to thank everybody there for coming. We're getting all kinds of hearts over there. And thank you very much, Anthony, for all your information. I'm sure people will probably have questions to type on to you. And once we get the video up here on Facebook, I'm going ahead and I'm going to put information in the bottom. And if you want to hang on, Anthony, after we get off, I'm going to ask you exactly what the links are to your other venues, which all I know is the Facebook one, so we can get those and put them on.
Sure. And
so
if
with
anybody
that,
wants to reach out to me, besides, there's a way to get a hold of me, I think, on the YouTube channel as well, Brain Spanking You. However, if you want to just, shoot me an email or something, if you have a question about something, go ahead and hit me up. It's just Antony at Brain Spanking You. That's Brain, not Brian. As Rene called me when he first met me. He was like,
Spanking?
Brian Spanking You.
Why would you spank the guy? But with that visual, nobody will forget your name now.
Yeah,
it's
so Anthony at
It's a good way to get their attention, my dear.
Yeah.
So it's Brian Spanking You, you said?
No.
BrainSpankingYou.com. Yeah. So then thanks for having me here, guys. It's great to join you guys every Thursday. Be here every Thursday.
Elynne,
it
thanks
was
for
really
coming.
Interesting. Thank you.
Raluca, thanks for coming. And
thanks, Raluca.
Everybody.
Thanks, Rene.
Let's see if I can find. There we go. And everybody have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Bye.